So today we will be working on a full body stretch. You might want to keep a block and a belt by your side, and we can go ahead and dive straight in. Sitting in our most comfortable position, very gently closing our eyes, setting our intention for today's practice. What would you like to achieve, and also how would you like to be feeling when you step off the mat today? Focusing on our breath, we want to take deep inhalations and complete exhalations. With every breath, we'll allow the body to expand, creating more space, creating more positivity. Also taking the conscious effort to release any kind of unnecessary tension that you're holding. Also taking note of any heaviness, tightness that you're feeling in the muscles, in your joints. For today's routine, we want to focus on stretching and energizing from the tip of your head all the way down to your toes. Taking a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we can start to draw circles with our chin. Very slow and controlled movements. And can we go the other way around? Very slowly coming right back to center. Can we start to cross the elbows? Interlock our fingers, squeezing our shoulders together. Inhale, lifting the elbows up. Can we hold it here as we breathe? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming right back down, releasing our hands. Can we switch over to the other side? Interlock, can we squeeze and inhale, lift. Holding it here as we breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Very gently releasing our hands, and we will start to open our eyes with a few blinks. Now we can start to extend both our legs out ahead of us. We're going to have our hands behind us, fingers pointing forward. Whenever you're ready, we're going to shift the hips as far front as we can, and we're going to extend the legs out. We're going to point our toes forward, bring our chin to our chest. We will take 5, breathing deeply. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now inhale, gazing forward. Can we very slowly bend back our knees, guiding ourselves back. Bend the knees, cross the ankles, up onto all fours. We're going to go into our cat cow stretch to warm up your spine. We're going to inhale, round our chest forward, lifting our tailbone up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, rounding your spine, belly in, chin to your chest. Inhale, forward, and exhale, back. Inhale, forward, exhale, and back. 2 more repetitions. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Gently coming right back to center, back to a neutral spine. We want to keep our knees a little further apart. Inhale, reaching our right hand up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Now exhale, right hand to the left side. Drop your right shoulder down and then extend your left hand out, coming into thread the needle pose. 5 long breaths. Three, 2, and 1. Slow and easy, guiding ourselves up onto all fours, switching over. So inhale, lifting your left hand right up. 3, 2, 1. Exhale over to your right side and extending your right hand out. Breathing very comfortably. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take a moment here, transitioning into our puppy pose. So we're going to only release the left hand and we're going to extend the left hand out ahead of us as well. Sinking your chest down towards the ground. You can either rest your forehead or your chin to the mat, whichever works for you. Pushing your palms for the wall ahead of you and pushing your hips for the wall behind you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale, gazing forward. I want you to very slowly pull yourself to the front and lie all the way down. Now we're going to push through our palms, rolling the shoulders, lifting the chest, lifting your heart, pushing the back of your ribcage forward. We do not want to sink our weight back into the sacrum. Another 5, 4, belly in, 3, 2, 1. Now slow and easy, we're going to come right down, transfer our palms to beside our ribcage, tuck the toes in, push yourself up onto all fours. We're going to bring our knees in alignment with our hips. Perfect. On your next exhalation, tuck the toes in, belly in, and lift yourself right up into your downward dog. We can start to pedal our feet, breathing easy. Moving in your most comfortable way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gazing forward, stepping right up to the front, finding length. Now exhale, taking it to a comfortable forward fold, staying wherever is best for you. Inhale, gazing forward, lifting ourselves all the way up for the ceiling. Connecting your palms if that's feeling okay. Otherwise, you can keep your hands shoulder width apart. And now next exhalation, we're going to dive back down to the ground. Inhale, find length. Exhale, back. Inhale, engage in your plank. Exhale, can we transition? Inhale, shifting your palms back a little. Push all the way up into your upward facing dog. Back of your ribcage forward. Lifting your heart, neck long and relaxed. And exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Now, if it's feeling comfortable, you can start to straighten and squeeze both your legs. Otherwise, feel free to have a slight bend in your knees. We will take 5 breaths here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gazing forward. Can we step to the front, finding length? Feel free to bring your hands to your shin if you need to. Now exhale, forward fold. Take it to your own pace. Feel free to bend the knees a little if you need to. That's perfectly fine. Now inhale, can we lift right up for the ceiling? And exhale, we're going to release our hands down. Now we're going to go a little further into our hamstrings. So hands to your hips. We're going to very slowly cross the right foot over the left. Now take the conscious effort to push both your knees in towards one another, keeping your hips leveled, so hips are facing forward. Now inhale, reach the crown of your head up for the ceiling. Exhale, belly in. We're going to fold at our hips and release your fingertips down to wherever is best. Feel free to place a block in front of you, popping yourself up a little and take it to your maximum. Stay very strong. Take the conscious effort to pull the left hip a little towards the front. Breathing easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gazing forward. Now we're going to very slowly bring our hands to our hips, pull the belly in a little further as you lift yourself right up. Now before we switch over to the other side, we want to take it to our intercostal stretch, so the muscles by your sides, before we switch over. Now staying where you are in the lower half of the body, we want to start to lift both our hands up for the ceiling. Right hand grabs hold of your left wrist. Inhale, can we lengthen? Exhale, can we lean over to the right side? Breathing easy. We will take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back up, we're going to release our hands back to our hips, releasing the right leg. Now switching over, so left foot over to the right side. Inhale, can we find length? Exhale, belly in, folding at your hip. We want to release our fingertips to wherever is best for us. Take the conscious effort to guide your right hip to the front. Breathing easy. Feel free to use a block to support yourself a little if you need that. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gazing forward, hands to your hips, belly in, lift yourself right up. Now we're going to reach our hands up for the ceiling. Left hand grabs hold of the right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to lean over to the left side. Taking 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come right up. Exhale, hands back to your hips, and we're going to release our left foot forward. Now inhale, belly in, tuck the tailbone down, lift your hands all the way up. Exhale, can we dive? Inhale, finding length. Exhale, can we step back? Inhale, engage in your plank. Exhale, transition. Inhale, shift your palms back a little, lift into your upward facing dog. And we're going to exhale, back into our downward facing dog. Now we're going to come into our lizard stretch. Inhale, lifting your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, can we step the right foot to the outside of our left palm. Now feel free to use a block if you need to, so you can place the block in front of you. We can either drop our elbows down to the ground or onto that support, whichever works. Something to take note of, making sure your right knee does not cross over your right ankle. Deep, long breaths here. Also taking the conscious effort to engage your left glute, so squeeze that left bum. We're going to take 10 long breaths here. On our next inhalation, can we pop ourselves right back up onto our palms? Now we're going to very gently step that right leg back into our downward dog, taking a moment here, stretching it out, breathing easy. Now inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step that left foot to the outside of your left palm. Feel free to use your block if you need to, making sure your knee is in line with your ankle. We can drop the elbows down, breathing easy. 10 long breaths here. On our next inhalation, coming right up onto our palms. Exhale, step back into your downward dog. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Now inhale, we're going to gaze forward. Can we step our feet to the front, keeping our feet shoulder width apart. Big toes parallel to one another, coming into our big toe pose. 2 fingers around those big toes. We're going to inhale, gaze to a point ahead of us, lengthening as much as we can, straightening the legs out, and then exhale, we're going to take it to our deepest stretch. 5 long breaths, pulling your kneecaps up, squeezing your thighs. Now, if this is not possible for you, you find that you can't grab onto those big toes, please use a belt instead. So placing a belt around the balls of both your feet and grabbing onto the belt instead, whichever works. 5, 4, 3. This is definitely a posture in progress. Comes with practice. And 1. Now inhale, gazing forward. We're going to very gently bend the knees and we're going to bring our hands to our hips. Slow and easy. Can we start to lift ourselves all the way up and stepping our feet back together. Now on our next inhalation, pull the belly in, drop the hips. Now we want to tuck the tailbone slightly down towards the ground. Reach both your hands up for the ceiling. Breathing easy. Lifting your heart. We do not want to sink our weight into our knees or ankles, so transfer the weight up. Now, on your next exhalation, can we bring our hands to heart center? Can we start to lift the heels off the ground? And can we sit all the way down? Breathing easy. Deep, long breaths. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to drop our fingertips down to the ground and we're going to drop both our knees down as well. Once again, bringing your hands back to heart center. Deep, long breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes. Breathing easy. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, fingertips back down to the ground. Can we start to lift our knees off the mat? Now, palms down and step back into your plank. Exhale. Can we transition? Inhale, take it into your upward facing dog. And exhale into your downward dog. Now we're going to take it into our garland pose, also known as the full squat. Now inhale, gaze to a point ahead of you. We're going to step both feet to the front. Feet are met width apart, pointing out to an angle. Now can you start to drop the hips down, 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 down to your maximum, elbows against your knees. Lifting your chest. If you need to, you can place the block under your sitting boards and sitting comfortably down, whichever works for you. We will take another 5. Breathing easy. Crown of the head for the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now we're going to very slowly drop our palms down and we're going to step right back into our downward dog. We'll take 5 more breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your knees down to the mat. Keep them a little further apart. Big toes touching one another. We can push ourselves back onto our heels. Now feel free to have a support in front of you. Dropping our forehead either down into that support or onto the ground, whichever works. Five more breaths here. And then guiding yourself all the way back up. Now we're going to go into our last two postures, our hero pose and then our seated forward bend A. Now we're going to keep our knees a little closer together. We're going to sit all the way down onto our heels. We can have both our hands down on our thighs. So we'll take a moment here. Now we're going to take this step by step and we will take it to our modifications if we need to. So we're going to very gently push both our feet further out to the sides and we're going to try sitting in between both our heels. Now taking a moment here, if this is not feeling too good, please feel free to place your block under, sitting down on the block instead, whichever works. Now, if this is still feeling super comfortable, you want to go into a bit of a back bend here, we can take it to our reclining hero pose. So, I want you to very slowly walk your palms back. Now, if this is still feeling okay, I want you to try dropping your elbows down to the ground, breathing easy. You should not be feeling any discomfort in the knees and your knees should not be coming off the ground. Now, if this is still feeling okay, I want you to lie all the way down onto the ground behind you. Perfect. Making sure your knees are not floating off the mat. We will take 5 long breaths here. You'll be feeling a stretch in the front of your thighs, maybe even a little in your lower back. Breathing into these regions. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, step by step, we want to come up onto the elbows first. Take a moment here. If this is feeling okay, up onto your palms. And then we're going to guide ourselves out of the posture, coming onto all fours. I'm sure you're doing amazing. We'll take a moment here. Can we just sway a little side to side? We're going to take it into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes in, pop yourself right up, giving yourself a bit of a stretch before we transition into our seated forward bend. Perfect. Now gazing forward, come into your cross-legged seated position. We're going to extend both our legs out ahead of us. Now flexing your feet in towards you. Can we hook 2 fingers around the big toes? If this is not feeling good, you can have your belt around your feet instead. Now inhale, finding length, lift your chest. Breathing easy on your next exhalation. Can we take it to our maximum stretch? We will take 5. Shoulders rolled back. 4. Breathing easy. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, can we release our hands? Now we'll go through one vinyasa before we end. Palms down, back into your plank. Exhale, transition. Inhale, can we take it to our upward facing dog? Giving it a moment here. Exhale, 5 breaths in our downward facing dog. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gazing forward, come into your cross-legged seated position. We will start to lie all the way back onto the mat. Hands by your sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to relax. We can start to wiggle our toes, give slight movement to our fingers, turning our head to the left and right, squeezing all our toes together, pulling in our kneecaps, tightening our thighs, tucking in our tummy, making a fist with our hands, tightening our shoulders, chest, facial muscles, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Letting go of any tension, any kind of stress or pain. Whenever you're feeling ready, we can very slowly turn to our side and then guide ourselves up into our comfortable seated position. Rubbing our palms together, massaging the back of our neck, shoulders, lower back, our hips and knees. Very gently bringing both palms to heart center and opening our eyes with a few blinks. Thank you very, very much for joining me today. Please rest well, drink lots of water, nourish your body, and I will see you very soon.